Welcome to Stuck, Time to Improv. I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff, and I want startups to be wildly successful. One of the things startups need to be concerned with is cybersecurity, and our special guest today is Abby Bassie Cripps from Tech Assist. Thanks for coming, Abby.
And thanks for having me here.
So, what are some of the cybersecurity concerns that people need to be aware of?
They need to be aware of that hackers have multiple reasons for hacking, and they can get at your computer from many different directions. There are plans out there that are reactive, some that are proactive and reactive. And my whole approach is just stop them in the first place. Be proactive.
And sometimes it's not a question of if you're going to get hacked, it's a question of when
When? Yes.
and how to be prepared to handle things once that happens. What kinds
Yes.
of things should people watch out for that might mean that they're being hacked?
Well, an obvious aspect is when you're watching a video, let's say a movie or streaming something, and all of a sudden it bogs down, starts to pixelate, or uh, there's a lot of hesitation. The voice doesn't meet the picture. These are all signs that your computer is being hacked. Because internet today, with our broadband that's available, uh, doesn't have those problems anymore. So when you start to have those problems, it's not necessarily your provider. It's the fact that somebody's created a proxy server out of your computer. When you have these signs, turn everything off, then turn everything back on. Then that hacker has to start all over again, and he won't want to use your computer for that again.
What other kinds of things can people do to prevent hacking?
Well, having a good quality antivirus is not the only solution. Having a VPN is a big tool in the right direction. And another big tool is having a separate router from your modem.
Okay. Do people need to pay for a VPN?
Yes, a free VPN is time limited and not a very good speed. A pay-for VPN, like Trend Micro's package of VPN, is a very good option. Well, DuckDuckGo is a search engine which does a Google search for you but keeps you private. That's also another good step. Having a separate kind of secure browser like Brave, my favorite, um, to keep you protected. These are all layers of being proactive in protecting yourself. The DuckDuckGo is not a VPN. It just keeps you private from Google. That's it.
There's a lot of concern about should people use cloud storage or external drives? What's more secure?
Well, my what is A is what's secure is an external hard drive. B, all the fine print of all the cloud services, they own the content too. So they can do what they want with it. Such as you take a beautiful sunset picture. They can sell that in another country and you can't do anything about it. Or take a good quality family photo, same thing. So having an external hard drive is safer both in privacy and security.
And what sorts of other kinds of protection should people be looking for?
Well, there's also the idea of browser add-ons. And browser add-ons, having quality ones, will also prevent bad ads from coming to your computer. It's not just ad blockers. Like the most popular one, I think, is Ad Block Plus. And a lot of websites actually deter you from accessing the website if you have that. Well, that's a red flag to me. But there's other add-ons I use that have their own list. And the idea is the more you're protected, the better off you are. So you can't do pretenders. Pretenders, like for example, AdBlock Plus, there are pretenders to that. They call themselves ad block or whatever, ad block light, whatever. They're all pretenders to the original. And are you getting your true service through that is the question.
And can you talk a little bit about the differences among hacking, phishing, spoofing?
Hacking is the idea of uh, hacking is a general term for a lot of different things. Like I could do hacking of your computer for making it run better. Or you can have hacking where I would access your computer without your permission. I'm absolutely against that. Um, there's different kinds of hacking. The idea of spoofing is where somebody gives you a call or an email and they pretend to be somebody else. And when they're not really that person. So I always do a check of the email itself, like going into details before opening the email itself. Look at the email that's coming from. If it's a bunch of letters and numbers, doesn't make sense, at doesn't make sense, dot doesn't make sense, well, then you know that's a hacker that's trying to fish, get information from you and like your name, address, um, computer address, IP address that's called, your phone numbers, your account numbers, your uh, passwords. When they try to collect all that stuff, that's referred to as phishing. And for me, it is quite obvious when I see an email, that's a phisher, put them in the spam. And for a further note on that, always leave your spam messages in spam because the providers, most of them, if I want to say if not all, will from every about 30 to 60 days, will take those emails and create new rules at their end so that you don't get those messages back again. If you don't leave it in spam, you'll keep getting them back and back and back.
Empty your trash, but don't empty your spam.
Got it. Yes.
Very interesting. I know I get emails all the time that says, thank you for your invoice. And then there's a PDF from like Norton or something attached to it. And I assume that's phishing.
Yes. Yes. Definitely phishing
Right.
or scam.
And every time I get something from my bank or PayPal, I will close the email and go to those sites directly with my own personal logins. So
Very good.
lastly, passwords. Is there a
Yes.
good program that you like for generating good passwords?
Well, I like the Trend Micro package that I get from Legal Shield's IDShield package. You get a quality antivirus, quality VPN, and a password manager. I like password managers that are in the computer because the if they're on the cloud, well, what if they hack the cloud? That's no good. If you do all the proactive stuff and have that secure password to the program, which it should be a 16-digit password, letters, capitals, numbers, and some symbols, then they'll never get in. And the password manager helps you access those websites quite easily.
Well, this has been a wealth of fabulous information about cybersecurity. If you've got links that I can share in comments, please send them to me and we will share them in comments. And thank you
Awesome.
so much for coming, Abby.
And thank you very much for bringing up the different topics. Thank you.
And I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff. I want startups to be wildly successful. And one of the best things you can do to accomplish that is book a call with me at businessriff.com. And join us again next time for Stuck, Time to Improv.